Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. My name is Kelly Lunt. For those of you who are new to me, I'm an intuitive channel, medium, and law of attraction expert. And don't forget, guys, I'm going live for free every weekday, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on YouTube with free mini reads. So come hang out. Um, okay, so Capricorn, let's jump right in. So it looks like ooh, the theme you got going on right now. I'm getting chills. Well, you guys want love and that happy family life. Um, but it looks like there's like just a little bit, not a conflict, not a limiting belief. How do I word this? It's you want the 10 of trees, which is like money and love. Okay. And like the happy home life too, like the happy, harmonious relationships. Okay. And it's like recognizing that that's worthy of protecting, which means you have to stop so adamantly protecting your single life. So that means that it's okay, I do want to move towards this family life. And somehow in this family life, I'm also still going to enjoy the way I make money, or I will still be able to run my business. I'm just going to discover a new way to get things done. So it's like you're recognizing that crap, with family life, I can't do these things the way I used to do it. Can you at least be open to that means it's going to get done in a new way? So say working's that important to you and you're like, oh my God, once I have little kids and like husband goes to work, I can't pop out of bed and go on my walk and go to the gym like I normally do. I'm gonna have little kids now. So it's, are you gonna like defend the, but I really like these things, which is gonna keep your partner away? Or are you gonna go, okay, a healthy lifestyle is important to me. I get to discover that out. And that might mean, say you get an hour lunch break at work, you might now, instead of spending that, going out to eat with coworkers and talking and gossiping, you might go, I need to run to the gym and get a 30-minute workout in. You might have to forego the hour workouts you used to do, which means you're really going to just like focus in on here's the core essence of what I need out of my workout. Or maybe work out 40 minutes and then eat in 20. Like, it's recognizing that the adamantly defending, but I want these things, that's what's going to keep you single. It's got to be a, here's the things that are important to me. I'm going to morph and adapt and allow in a new way. And it might mean, this could also go for, well, I want to be the one raising my kids. But, if also like waking up and doing the gym is important too, and you're like, oh my God, I tried to do the 30-minute thing at lunch. That does not work for me. It might mean like, okay, so I have to hire a 2 hour or 3 hour morning babysitter nanny so that I can have my mornings and then the rest of the day I take care of my kids. So it's like, it just looks like there's just like these staunch images of what exactly you want it to look like, recognizing though that you're going to have to morph as it goes. And when you just go, okay, here's the things that are important to me. I like hikes. I like discovering new things. I like exploring. I like running my business. I'm open to see how this morphs, expands, and changes in an alignment way with law of attraction so that I still get to be a wife, a husband, a mother, a father. Like that's when the plan can unfold for you. And I want to read up on this one card really quick. Okay. So in terms of how that's like playing out in your day to day, like honestly, in the shortest like Spark Note version way, you just have to be open to change and new. Um, and an example that's coming to my mind is some people go, but I like to meditate first thing in the morning. Little kids come in and wake you up. So I was chatting with another mother about that because I've been like hanging out with a bunch of like my friends' kids. And I've been like, wait a second, like when do you get your me time? Because it's like all about them. And they all laughed at me and said, you don't. It's about them. And they all were laughing at me. But like my friend who I was there with just looked at me, saw how serious I was taking this and the dread in my eyes. She was, Kelly, this is why I wake up at 5 in the morning. This is why like I have my kids go to bed at 8 p.m. and I actually promptly go to bed pretty soon to when they go to bed. It's I wake up at 5 in the morning so that I can do my journaling, so that I can read my books. Like, so you're just gonna have to figure out first the schedule of your family, right? Because your mom, you got to care for them. And then once you realize, she's like, my kids, they wake up between 7 and 7:15. So that means my me time is 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Some morning it's I just got to watch a movie. Most morning it's I meditate and journal and do my positive stuff that I know that you would want to do. She's like, so you just have to like morph and change it. It means you're going to have to cut off some of your frivolous time that you do on like Netflix. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you guys. But I got to share, there's also like it's not a limiting belief. It's just definitely a thought that's not helping you manifest it in. And there's a little bit of not quite regret, but a little bit of, I wish I prioritized this sooner in life. And you're running through your mind of like, oh my God, this was like a man who was serious. Why didn't I take this more seriously when I was younger? Um, that's gonna like not necessarily pause, but that's gonna delay the manifestation from coming in. Okay, what advice do you got for them though, Spirit? I could totally understand that. There is a little bit of like recognizing that was the chapter of your life, it wasn't important to you then, that it literally is, this is my new chapter, and it is literally a willingness to experience a new vibration within you of snapping into place of like, I'm now a mother and a wife. So, that's like a whole rewrite of belief systems, because when you're single and independent, maybe boss babed, maybe you didn't, I prioritized growth, this, that, and now it's got to be oh, actually, like, I do want to, like, serve my husband, not in a subservient, completely submissive way, but in a, hey, I actually do like making this man happy. Like, that's a change, right? So you got to be willing to go through that, like, full on perspective shift, that expansion. So it's like some of why this might be a little hard for you, Capricorn, is recognizing that things that you used to detest, you're now like, oh, wait a second, maybe those are good. You're like, but wait, what? Ooh, it's got to embrace that new. I'm gonna share one thing with you, Capricorn. Something that I've been doing lately is I found, I don't remember the name of her, but it's this like yoga lady on YouTube, and she does these like really somatic yoga practices. And I think it's called somatic yoga opening to change or opening to new possibilities. It has rapidly helped me open up to new thoughts, new energy, which, thoughts create your belief systems create your reality. So you're in the midst of rewriting new belief systems around family life that can help it come in sooner. That was like the advice card on like that limiting belief I kind of highlighted for you guys. So, and it's once you get to the point of going, oh my God, I see why I was single before. It's okay that I did not prioritize this sooner. And you have this moment where it's going to go, I see how all of this that I did prior to this point is going to make me an excellent mother, is going to make me an excellent wife, or switch the genders, whatever, okay? An excellent parent, an excellent partner. That's when you're going to know you're in full alignment for it coming. Okay, and I'm feeling called to play some more advice cards on this one. Oh. You got the romantic and the four of birds. So it's, well, that's interesting. It's like there's a little bit of you that's got to admit, I'm tired of being on the outside looking in. I'm tired of looking at all those like other happy families having their happy little vacations. And a little bit of admitting like, okay, I get it. Not all the vacations are going to be happy, happy, joy, joy, but I'm ready to be experiencing it instead of observing it. So a lot of times this is show me, universe, show me what it feels like to be in a committed relationship, what it feels like to be in a healthy, dynamic family unit. Um, it's that energy of being in it. Sometimes when I get realtors who book sessions with me, they're like, I'm able to get buyers and sellers, but they never close. It's like, okay, well, you're able to be in the energy of attracting in the people and the joy you have of aligning them to their dream home. But now it's be in the close. Show me what it feels like to close on a house, right? Those are different energies. Attracting in date after date after date is different than the energy of being in a happy, healthy relationship. So it's calling in that. Show me what it feels like to be the one experiencing those family vacations. And there's also a little part of you that's like, I'm just going to do a law of attraction round page for you. I'm awakening and opening up to like the romantic side of life, to the romance side of life, to that sparkle side of life. I'm opening up to see how relationships can be good and beneficial. And even though I might get things done differently in my health and my work and my fitness, I'm open to seeing how relationships can be beneficial to those areas. I know no matter what, I'm ready to experience and be in a relationship where it positively benefits the other areas of my life. Anything that needs to fall to the wayside will fall to the wayside and I'll release it with ease. But I now know that I'm going to be in a relationship and a family unit that helps support, nourish, and grow the parts of my life that are important and that will stay with me. The parts of my singledom that were important will stay with me as I grow into this new family unit. So it's really being open, Capricorn, to that. Oh, and then once you guys were, and none of these are like major, huge belief systems that are like, fear or anxiety. So these are just more like, it's going to be like a series of epiphanies. The Two of Cups, you got the love card. Oh, and it's recognizing that like this new love of yours is definitely going to bring you a lot of spiritual fulfillment, and it's going to help your spirituality grow. And it's like some of your growth is even going to come from the relationship and being with the person. And it'll be those moments where you'll be like, oh my God, I would have never have thought of that. Like, thank goodness for my honey. Or it'll be oh, I would have never, I don't think any book could have ever taught me that. It was like that man or that person, whatever, that man's unique life experience, they gave me that energy. Like, thank you, honey. And and you're also going to have this series of epiphany of where you're going to start to look back fondly on previous relationships. And I'm not like, if someone was like hecka toxic or any of that cray cray stuff, it's not that you're going to be, oh, I had the best childhood ever, but there is going to be a little bit of a, hey, here's the few things that maybe it's going to be more, okay? Here's the things that I did like about that. Yoink, I'm going to take everything good, take it with me, leave the rest behind. But you are going to have that moment of like, not, I'm glad they were toxic, but hey, even though they weren't unhealthy, they didn't know how to bond and seek love. They knew how to create distance and destruction. I got my enthusiasm from this person. I got my sense of adventure from this person, and that's something that served me well my whole life. And that's definitely, I'm going to take that one little golden nugget and move forward. That's when you're going to be like, you're getting into alignment for love, Capricorn. So it looks like in your recent past, you kind of have, well, I wouldn't say recent past. I would more, how I'd word this card for you and how it's coming up in the reading is you recently discovered that you had a little element of like you were trying to control and dictate how the relationship should unfold. Well, shouldn't he word it this way if he really liked me? And that's needing someone to communicate exactly how you need it to be communicated. You're not ready for a relationship if that's what you need, right? There was one lady who's, well, I just want him to call me. And I wanted to say, I'm going to call you at 7 p.m. on Thursday. And I was like, well, how's he saying it? She said, he's saying, hey, I'd really love to talk to you more. Like, can you call me when it's convenient for you? And I went, okay, I can kind of understand that you feel like he might be being a little passive or whatever. But he's literally saying, I want to talk to you. I don't know when a good time is. Can you let me know when a good time is? Like sometimes you need to translate it. And if you still really want him to be the one to call, you could then say, hey, like Tuesday at 7 p.m. would be a great time for me. I'd love it if you called me then. That's effective communication, not, oh my God, he's passive, I'm not settling, right? If you share the, hey, I'd love to talk to you more too. I'm so glad the feeling's mutual. 7 p.m. on Thursday would work really well for me, and I'd love it if you would be the one to initiate the call. Does he call? Yes or no? If he does, communication was effective. If he doesn't, it wasn't. And I got to share. Someone recently asked me, like, well, hey, when were you gonna go do X, Y, Z? And I was like, and in my head, I was like, oh man, that means I'm picking the time. What if I pick a time that's not good for him? Or then I got out of my head and was like, oh, no, he clearly has flexibility today. What time works best for you, Kelly? And I was like, 2 p.m. He's like, perfect. See you there. It was enjoyable. It was really enjoyable. So guys, go for it. Anyway, just kind of recently realized that like I have to stop putting a stranglehold on the unfoldment of the journey. And guys, when you let the universe do the how, the who, the what, the when, the where, you let the universe do its job, that's when that's when magic happens. That's when it's yeah, dude, it took us like 3 months to kind of figure out the way each other communicated. Because I honestly thought it was baffling to me. Like he was expressing, he wanted to hang out, but I kept thinking he was expressing disinterest. And then it will be like one of those funny stories that you're like, man, I'm glad we worked through that because we got a good life together, type of things. Okay, so moving on to the now though moment. Ooh, Capricorns, you got the gluttony card, so that means that there's okay, Spirit. I need a little help. Is this saying that you're making it mean something about you, the fact that you're not in one yet, and you're making it mean something about you when you're in one. And it's like that the cart before the horse thing, like a I don't know how to feel those vibrations until I'm in one. Like I can't maybe it's like a relationship coach who's, well, I'm not in a relationship, so I can't be a relationship coach. That's not true, guys. Most Olympian athletes have coaches, and most of those coaches have not earned gold medals. Coaches, and there's a difference between a consultant and a coach, right? A consultant is someone who knows everything about everything. I am an expert in this field, this industry, this LED light. You hire that person for the information in their head. Coaches may not have achieved what you've achieved, but they can see what you need to do to achieve what you need. So you don't need, if it's like a high powered executive hiring you, they're not hiring you because you're the consultant helping them get to becoming a high powered consultant. They're hiring you for, in my case, it would be my law of attraction expertise. Like, hey, I'm also trying to manifest time for family vacation. Can you help change my vibe so I can be this high powered CEO and get the family vacation? They're going to hire me. They're not going to hire that I'm that productive consultant that's going to 3x your business's revenue, Or they're like, Kelly, I'm a high powered CEO, but like I really need to change my vibe so I can manifest some love. So they're hiring me for my law of attraction expertise. I hope that helps make sense, guys. So it's universe, show me what it feels like to be in a relationship. Show me the things that I'll enjoy about it. Show me the things I'll miss about my single life, but show me what's going to be so great about family life. When you start getting that vision of what you're going to love about family life, what you're going to love about being in a committed partnership, it will be easier to let go of the strong sense of identity that you have in your singledom. Because there's a little bit of pride in you, Capricorn, that's look at all I achieved for a single, all on my own. There's a little bit of pride of like, huh, I did it. I rocked the I don't need a wife, I don't need a partner phase, or so it's letting that go. And you let it go by you let it go by getting the vision of what am I really going to love about being in a committed relationship, universe? What am I really going to love about being in a relationship? And how then you've got the dangling carrot that you're like, okay, I want that. Like, okay, fine. Now I'll be saying I owe my success to my family instead of I did it on my own. It's a different lifestyle. It's a different way of being. Um, Okay, so but you got the 3 of Cups as the clarifying card for that, and it's gonna be worth it when like your kids are running up to you, "Mommy did it." And yet it was like playing with them the night before that got you into alignment that then you're like, "Oh my God, I got my divine download." Not to put pressure on them that your kids playing with you, like, "I just played with you, give me my divine download." No, but it's so some of your success is going to come from them and it's going to be like, "Oh, I'm so glad I got to share this success with my baby girl." Like it's going to be worth it, Capricorn. All right, going into the near future. Ooh, it looks like there's gonna be a little peacemaking, maybe reconciliation, but there's gonna be some peacemaking with someone from your past. It does look like it will open you to reconciliation, but it is gonna help you see how conflict can be handled beautifully, easefully. So you're gonna make peace with someone from your past. And it doesn't mean it has to be like a crazy toxic family member or a big fight that was abrupt. It might just be someone that maybe you were kicking it with them for like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and it kind of just ended out of nowhere. And it's like you guys will come together and go like, "Oh yeah, like, hey, why did it end?" It's like, "Oh well, at the time I was afraid of this happening." What? That was your fear? No way. That's not how I meant that at all. This is how I meant that. So there's going to be some kind of peacemaking that's going to be a simple and enjoyable process that's really going to open you up to realize, like, oh, conflict can be handled that way? Like, what? You will be in a place of being open to like reconciling with a person, and that person will also be open to reconciliation. It seems like they're going to have a little bit more reservation than you. Like, oh, well, now that we have that cleared up, and they'll be like, I got one more thing I want to clarify. They'll have like 1 or 2 more questions for you, type of a thing. I, you are getting the fighter card though, so that's letting you know that like love is worth protecting. It's worth the growth you're going to have to go through. And even though your body might tense up because you're going to recognize that it's like conflict in this peacemaking conversation, it's recognize that it's like okay, like just know this is my old pattern, that conflict resolution used to be a lot of screaming, a lot of fighting, a lot of yelling. So it's okay that I'm having this like tenseness come up, but just be aware of it and soften as much as I can and then be open to the new conflict resolution coming up. So just recognize that tenseness isn't your inner being saying no. It's the old pattern coming up that you just got to be hey, thank you for letting me know that it feels like we're bracing for battle. Let's see how soft and gentle this conversation can go. And then if the conversation turns sour, whatever, go like, okay, that's a little too much. That's a little too toxic. I'm out. Like you can exit it. You don't have to, I must be peaceful. I must try to see their point of view. No, if it turns out the person's like a crazy ex trying to get back with you can end the conversation, right? But it's this person that you're making peace with. It's going to go enjoyably. It's going to go peaceful. It's going to go like naturally. So it's going to help you rewire your brain that conflict resolution can be enjoyable and peaceful. So it looks like your personal power this month is definitely hold on to the dream and the vision of the family life. Universe, show me what it feels like to be in a family unit and be happy. Universe, like it's really manifest. What am I going to love about it? What am I going to most like about it? What are some things that I didn't even think I would like about it? I intend to become aware of like what's the magic of it. Help show me how I'm going to get more work done, or help show me how I'll get even more clients being in a family unit. And I think it was Ty Lopez. I was watching a little video of his where he said, if you want money, like you should start a family. Most of the people who did climb to a lot of success, whether they divorced or not, they had a family. Um, okay, so hold on to the vision. It looks like outside influences it looks like everything around you is supporting you to return back to that like passionate enjoyment of life. This is me. I like working out. So instead of I'm going to the gym to work out, it's like I love going to the gym. I love like working out my body and seeing what it can do. Can I lift heavier? Can I do more? It's getting you back into that more like this is how I like to enjoy life. So it kind of looks like the universe is conspiring in your favor to help this love come in. In terms of your hopes or fears, you definitely like you want it, Capricorn. Um and you really so bad want to be done with the journey of being in a loving, committed, not only relationship, but in the family unit. Like, you're like, oh, I'm so ready to have cleared all the limiting beliefs and got all the new epiphanies and all the new energy. I'm really ready to be in it. Okay. So for the outcome, it is the sad card, but that's because think about it. If you're at the point where like, I just want to complete, I just want to be in the committed relationship, I just want to be in the happy family unit. Well, guess what? You don't go from single to that in 2 weeks. So it's those moments where you're like, oh my God, I want it so bad. It's gonna hurt if I don't get it. And guys, that's actually like the key point of manifesting. That's when your root chakra and your second chakra are like fully open, and your solar plexus. The root chakra, you feel safe in having your desire. Your second chakra, you're actually feeling it. You're like, oh my God, I want this so bad. It's going to be so good when I get it. If I don't get it, I'm going to be so sad. That means you're fully by the end. Well, I'm gonna say the end of this month, but by this time and the next time I do your reading, because sometimes I do a couple spreads per. Sometimes you only get one read from me a month per sign. Sometimes you get a couple. Um, it means you're fully active to like how much you want it. And you're like, oh, if I don't get it, it's going to be painful. So your second chakra is like firing and you're fully filling your desire. You need that. That's when the universe brings it in. But it also means if you're at the point where you're also feeling the, oh my God, if I don't get it, I'm going to be so sad and disappointed. That means your solar plexus, the will to act, is there because you're like, I will take action. Because if you only have the desire, yeah, I want to be in a relationship, it feels good. You're not taking action. So it's that point where like your 3 lower chakras are like aligned. Okay, but give me a little bit more on this sadness card, Spirit. Oh, you want to know what? You want to know one of your reasons, Capricorn, of why you want this family unit? Because you're starting to recognize that like, okay, it's great. I love doing the self-development, the personal development, but it's I don't want to say wasted time, wasted energy. It's like okay, but what was all this like personal development, personal growth for? I want to take everything I've learned and start nurturing little ones. That way their launch point is like their starting point is my I don't say ending point because you're going to keep growing. You heard everything I said earlier in the relationship in the read. So it's okay, so I'm ready to nurture these people that they get the starting point of my end point as of right now and they get to grow with me as I grow. And again, it's not wasted because it's when you get to that point of, oh, I see how all this stuff in my single era is only going to help me be a better wife, is going to help me be a better mother, is going to help me run a family life really well. You now just want like everything you've done up until this point to mean something in terms of like bettering other people's lives. All right, Capricorn, what a great reading for you. If you want more, don't forget, I go live every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on YouTube with free mini reads. So come hang out if you want a little bit more of a personal mini read. If you're ready to meet your spirit guide, if you want to book a power hour, no matter how big of an issue you think you have, or no matter how long you've been struggling with it, 1 power hour will solve it. If you just want a personal video for yourself, I'll put a link for you to book that. You'll book it. You'll enter your 3 questions. I'll make you an unlisted YouTube video, send it to you. I'll put all of those in the comments afterwards. Lots of love to you guys and enjoy this journey of unfolding love.